I'm good.
All right. Quiet on the set.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Here we go. We're here for a good time. So. Yeah. What's going on, everybody? FOAM, your favorite podcast since I started doing this.
Stop the cap.
I got a special guest, y'all. Something different. Something you've never seen before. She built different. Let's just say that. Got my good friend Nasrah. How you doing, girl?
Hi, I'm good.
It's good to have you. I'm glad you could make it out.
Thank you for having me.
I appreciate you. So I'm a type of guy that doesn't like to put labels on people.
Mm-hmm.
You do a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna she does a lot, so I don't even know what to call you. I know you're a very creative person. What do you want me to reference you as throughout this interview?
Okay, I would usually go as like artist.
Okay.
Because like that pretty much covers everything.
I got you.
Everything I do is just like art.
Okay.
So.
And as y'all can see,
Yeah.
she does art. So.
Yeah. Arts and crafts. It's like a.
Let's get it. Awesome, bro. So let's get into it. So how long have you been doing art?
Usually when people ask me that, I answer it in like two parts.
Okay.
So how long? Literally, it's since elementary school.
Okay.
Like I used to be the kid that like, hey, pay attention, and I'd like color in class.
Yeah.
Like I feel like my God, my 5th grade teacher, I'm not gonna say names, but like
Shout out to you, 5th grade teacher.
I remember her like taking up my colored pencils, and I like did not like her because of that. Cause like like I still paid attention.
Yeah.
But I would literally do that in class.
Got you.
And I'm not gonna say that changed literally till college. Like anybody that knows me from school knows that I literally would like sit in the back of class and like make bracelets. Like
That's what's
legit. But yeah, that's like I've done that since there, and I had like different phases.
Okay.
And I'll go through that like later on.
Got you.
But as far as selling art, I started, I want to say my senior year.
Okay.
My senior year, yeah.
Senior year of high school, of college,
of
high school.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
That's what's up. So, obviously, like, walk me through it. So you do the paint stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You do the clothes stuff.
I do.
You
that
do the
just started.
You do the bracelet stuff.
Yes.
So it started with drawing, painting. What did it start with? How'd you get like your toe wet in the art?
I'm trying to like think. I'm pretty sure I started with like coloring, color pencils, markers, like that type of stuff.
Got you. Like the Crayola stuff. Just
yes.
The basics.
Oh my gosh, I used to be so obsessed with Crayola.
Shout out Crayola.
Oh my gosh. And I was like really, really into like the 50 pack. Like, dude, 24 colors is not enough. Like it has to be like 50 to 100.
That's funny.
No,
it's
I'm
funny
not
because
kidding.
I always had like the 8 or the 16, and I was like, bro, if you need
that's
anything
not
more
enough.
than this,
What do you
you're
mean?
so
That's-
extra. But
those are
apparently,
not enough
I am
colors.
just not enough. So
No, that's not.
you're inadequate if you're buying 8 packs. All right.
If you can work with it, you're like talented. But
For sure.
for me, it's like I have to have more variety.
Gotcha.
It's just the way I work, I guess. I don't know.
Okay.
But I started with that, and then I'm pretty sure around 4th or 5th grade, I like went back and forth between origami and crocheting, knitting.
What did she say?
Like
you were how old?
I was in 5th grade. I don't know.
You were doing origami in 5th grade?
Dude, I
doing
don't know.
origami.
Like, it was
That's
just,
insane.
Dude.
Like that's like I feel like you're kind of a protege. You just didn't even know it, bro.
I don't know.
I think we're gonna discover
I feel like
that
I
as
was just
we talk.
Because like literally, if I was anywhere that like, I promise you, if I was anywhere that there were like flyers, don't bring flyers around me, because I'll treat that like an A4 paper and like start folding paper airplanes or something. Like I legit like did.
That's so cool.
Whenever I would find something, I'd like make something out of it.
Got you.
And like it's like, I don't know. It's random stuff. Like I remember, this is so like random.
Yeah.
But I think a couple days ago, I was on the phone with a friend, and I had like a spare like little piece of ribbon.
Yeah.
I literally sat there in my fingers, and I like made a perfect bow. And I saw that I tied it, whatever, and I kept on going with my conversation. And then like 2 days later, I look at it and I was like, wow, this is really perfect. And I did it like while I was on the phone.
You didn't want to mess it up.
Like normal people like walk around the house.
Yeah.
I make bows. I don't know.
I got you. Well, that's unique. And you've always, would you say you've always been like that, or did you kind of grow into this person?
I've always been like that.
I got you.
Yeah.
And I like that.
Because I can't like, it's like if I'm bored or like I tend to lose focus a lot.
Got you.
So when I do, I turn to art most of the time.
That's what's
so
up.
If I'm like if you ever saw those people that were like, oh, like doodling their textbook or whatever, I would do that. Like I remember me and my best friend, like the 8th grade, she would come out with straight up like art pieces. Like they were like side profiles of like beautiful people, and
nice.
Oh my god. So that I call talent. Me, I did doodles. Like it was just anything. Like and it was like, I don't know, just shapes, random stuff. I don't know.
Got you.
Yeah.
Now before we go any further, I feel like the people are really going to enjoy this conversation. So where can they find you on the social medias? Where you at?
Usually, I want to say like my art thing is Salem Creations. My Instagram art page, it's at Salem Creations.
And I'll throw that in the description to make sure that y'all know what's going on. So that's what's up. So like you said that you had recently, I'm gonna be jumping up like around because there's just a lot to cover. Yeah. I'm trying to do my due diligence. Right?
You got it.
So you said that you recently started doing the clothes thing.
Hello. Since I was a sophomore in high school, I've always dreamed what it would feel like to make my own clothing, and specifically modest clothing. Earlier this week, I decided to take the first step, buy some fabric, and bust out my old sewing machine that's been sitting in the corner of my room collecting dust. I brushed up on some YouTube videos, used my own bias for reference, and went ahead and got to work. Altogether, I think the process took me about 16 hours, but it was so worth it. Adding pockets was surprisingly a lot less complicated than it seemed. Everybody's bound to mess up at some point, right? But easy fix. I added buttons, used the scraps to make a matching belt and mask, which was even more exciting than the pockets. I think I did pretty good for my first project, and I'm excited to see where this road takes me, inshallah.
Why did you start getting into that?
I was having a conversation with a friend, and we basically talked about like career and everything and our futures and everything.
It was one of those like midnight conversations.
It wasn't really midnight.
It wasn't even midnight.
Really, it wasn't midnight. It just got deep. So I was talking to them, and I told them about like, I've always had this thing about being a fashion designer.
Nice. Are you going to school for that? Are you?
I'm not.
You're not. Okay.
I'm not. And there's a reason.
Got you. Okay, we'll hit that up later.
Yeah. But yeah, like I was like I've always wanted to, and like almost every single project that I've started, like drop by Joann's, buy fabric, whatever, I mess it up, and then the fabric ends up in the trash, and it's like an investment and like whatever. And they were like what's stopping you? And I was like, you know what? That we had that conversation on a Thursday. Monday, I literally like I'm not gonna say it was midterm week, but it was like exam week. Okay. And this was like what, March-ish, like early March. And I just dropped by and I was like, you know what? I have 1,000 things to do, but let's make this. Like, why not? So I watched a couple YouTube videos. I was careful with the way that I pinned things, ironed everything down, and
Got you. No, that's dope. So, I'm not hip. I just started recently getting into like the fashion game, like the high fashion. I've been like a street fashion head for a minute, but
I'm just getting into street fashion.
Yeah,
that's right. So I'm just like step below.
I feel you. So what do you call this garment right here? Abaya. Can you spell abaya?
I should have Abaya.
So the A is silent in the beginning.
Abaya.
Oh, you said abaya. Okay, I thought you said baya. Well, that's lit. Okay, so I'm learning new things right now. So like, who is the audience for this garment right here?
Mostly Muslims, like Muslim women. So like Islamic clothes. And this is like step one because it's like something that's very very easy.
Gotcha.
But I don't even know how I would get into like dresses and like all of that, because all of my girls know, like, if you ever shop for like modest dresses, it's so annoying. It is so annoying because there's usually a slit somewhere. There's usually like the back is open. Like it looks so modest, whatever. The back is open. The shoulders are open. Like there's something where like, and I don't like, judge if that's what you, you can rock it.
We don't judge, do you, bro?
If you can wear something underneath it and rock that, props to you, because not everybody can.
I got you.
And I know I don't like that. I usually like something that if it's like it covers everything. And the ideal would be if it's like a little loose too.
Got you.
So
like the bagginess.
Yeah.
Gotcha. I've been getting to the baggy clothes a little bit.
So
that's what's up.
It's just very difficult to find something that like I know I had a wedding recently. Trying to find a modest like formal dress.
Got you.
And even if you find one, they're like in the hundreds. Like they are they're like expensive.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you said I'm gonna make this on my own. Let's
I
do it.
I want to try to, but like I don't even know how that would start because like fabric itself, like I found that like this, it was more than I expected it to be.
Got you.
But I was like, I mean,
It's
that
a learning
explains the
lesson.
price of like how they are, but yeah.
Got you. So this you see yourself kind of like, to me it seems like you have like a base of like creativity, but then like you kind of branch off and find like new creative paths. Are you just like exploring and this is just like for like the heck of it, like yo, I'm just gonna see if this is cool, or I'm gonna see if this is cool, or I saw this on TikTok and yo, I'm gonna try this. Like how do you end up like discovering the new things that you like?
I honestly like something triggers it. Gotcha. Like I either see someone do it or like I just basically if I see someone do it or someone like asks me like, hey, you should really get into this, I end up getting into it, but later on, because I don't really like being told what to do.
Don't tell me what to do.
Right? Like I'm gonna do it on my own time.
Don't tell me what to do.
No, literally. But like okay, painting. I remember I started calligraphy and all of that. I'm pretty sure like 8th grade, like
calligraphy.
Like calligraphy classes. I started in 6th grade, but like as far as like canvas and stuff like that, I didn't start 8th grade. I started like junior year of. For sure. I'm like trying to visualize my timeline or whatever, because there's like so many whatever phases. But I remember junior year, I started, and like people saw my first canvas piece and they were like, "Oh, you should start selling them," and I was like, yeah, whatever. And then senior year, there was an art show coming up, like a little thing. So like, I was like, ooh, I want to start like, signing up for that.
Yeah.
But they were like, you have to have pieces for that. And I was like, oh.
You got to have stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
And then along with that, they were like, oh yeah, link your website or like your Instagram page. I was like, what do you mean? So legit, I like started Salem Creations. Yeah. Linked it. Not a profile picture, not a bio, not any photos on there, and I just linked it, and I was like, just to enter. Yeah. And then I think it was like 3 or 4 weeks before. Okay. And I used that month to prep and like make pieces and everything. So.
Interesting. Did you end up winning? Did you show everyone?
It wasn't like a winning type thing. It was like you could like present your stuff or whatever. People walk by, they buy what they want. Yeah, it was that type of thing.
You.
So
okay.
like vendors. Like,
got you. Yeah. Okay, yeah. I thought it was like they walk around and then they like pick like a winner. My bad.
Nah, that is
well, everyone wins. Yeah, for sure. So cool. I mean, to those who saw my film episode a couple weeks ago, they know that I was at the vintage swap meet in Dallas. You were also there.
Yes. Oh my
What were you doing there?
Okay. I recently, when I say recently, I literally mean that's like literally 2021. Like not even quarantine, but like very recently, I'm trying to get into vintage.
Got you.
And I'm pretty sure my cousin like sparked that. Cause
for
like
sure. Well, shout out to the cousin, bro.
He is. He lives up in Philly, so that's like Sneakerhead Central.
Yeah,
like that's what
definitely.
I've heard. Yeah. And then he started talking about like fashion sense and like I forgot what basketball player he was talking about. I think he plays for OKC, like Shea. I don't know if you've heard of him.
I don't watch
but
basketball.
He like
sorry, guys.
I honestly don't even know if I'm getting this right. But he looks at his fashion sense, and I know another one of my friends is like really into like Travis Scott's fashion sense, and I like so like street fashion is like there. I've just been surrounded by it, so I was like, I might as well. And it's like it's loose, it covers everything, so it's like I don't want to say it plays hand in hand. It kind of does, like to modest fashion.
I would say
but
so.
Like, yeah, I've started wearing like more loose clothing and like.
Got you.
The more colorful it is, like. The better it is for me,
And now I said that to like line us up. You set us up perfectly. You do a lot of creative stuff with shoes, and I really just like the things that you do. So like, can you explain to the people out there like. What is it that you do with like these shoes, like, and just walk us through your process a little bit.
So I just started with like Air Forces. There's like two different
In
ways
my
of
Air
this
Force
thing.
Ones.
Yeah. But when was it? Was it last year? This was before quarantine, and this is like not Air Forces. I had heels that, oh my god, it's so like why? I had a wedding to go to. I had this blue dress, and it was like blue and like gold, and I had no shoes matching it. And I wasn't about to go and like spend like $30 on shoes, right?
Yeah.
So like I had these shoes that I got from the thrift shop for like $6, and they were like really nice heels, right? H&M, whatever.
Yeah.
So I painted them in blue, and then I got yellow lace, and I covered like the what's it called, like the front part of the, I don't know,
the toe
like,
tip
like,
of the shoe.
Yes.
Yeah.
Basically, and I think like somewhere along the heel. Yeah, the heel.
Okay.
And yeah, I like Snapchatted the whole thing. So literally at the wedding, nobody cared about what I was wearing. They just like, let me see your shoes. Let me see your shoes. Like, no way did you get them done. Like, and I promise you, I started painting the day of the wedding. Like, that's how last minute I was.
That's so cool.
Where I was like, yeah, like I don't have any shoes to wear. Let me just paint one of my own.
And the paint dried and everything, and you were out there stepping.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, it was. I don't know what that was.
So what led from the high heels to like the Air Force Ones? Because I feel like,
that was
girl,
my only
if like,
pair of heels.
oh, okay.
Yeah, that was like my only, like if I could make some more, like I probably would, but that was it looked kind of weird, like
I feel you.
Because over time, like because I hot glued the lace on
The
there,
lace.
so I don't think yeah, if I were
They've
to
seen
sell
better
them, I don't
days,
think
but
that's,
I feel like they would still be some high quality stuff if, like, you know.
It looked like it, but
Yeah.
like my dress covered most of it, so
I feel you.
like yeah. As far as Air Forces, what was my first pair? My first pair was is it Chadwick Boseman, right? Yeah. He passed away recently, and he passed away around the time my brother had his birthday.
Got you.
So, which like I'm saying this because I made the shoes. Like I was like I want to make like a tribute to him, but I want to make it also like I really tried to like follow Islamic rules.
Got you.
With my art and everything that I
up.
do. So I was like I never like made something. I did, but like they just didn't turn out well, like the gifts that I would make for my brother or whatever for his birthday. So I was like, I need something different, whatever. Like I can just buy shoes. First of all, I don't even think I had the money for that. So I was like, we need to like DIY something, like I can make something. So I was like, shoes, let's go for it, right? So I was like, I know he doesn't have a pair of Air Forces. So, and like he really likes, like we both like representing our culture. I'm Kenyan.
Definitely. Shout out to Kenya, bro.
Yes. So he's really into like African clothes and all of that. Like we both like are really into it.
Got you.
So I was like, if I can make shoes that like, I had an idea of like, I want to make something that's like either that or like, I know he really likes the Mavs. So I was like, it's either one or the other. And this was way before like Chadwick happened. And then that happened, and I was like, I think I'm gonna go with the African thing to also like not only like go with what my brother likes or whatever, but also like Black Panther.
Yeah.
Like
shout out I love Black
bro.
Panther, bro.
Like I love that movie. But
I remember how like I walked out of that movie. I wore my dashiki and everything, bro, and like I walked out feeling like a brand new man with superpowers. That movie did something for me.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
I think it did for like every like black kid out there. I don't know if you shout out to the black community, bro. Yeah.
But even before that, me and my brother, well, my brother influences a lot about like me, like so like how I dress and everything. Obviously the vintage stuff.
Is your brother older than you or younger than you?
He's 5 years older than me.
Okay.
Yeah. But like I take after him a lot. So like when it came to dashikis, he had like a whole like phase, phase, because like we both like yes, but he was obsessed with them, and like and then I became obsessed with them, and I promise you now I have like a whole drawer dedicated to that. Any color you need for dashikis, let me know.
That's
like
what pattern you want,
color.
fam?
Like no,
That's
legit.
funny.
Like I have every single color. So yeah, that I decided to like take like a normal black and white, because I know that he's not very like I'm more into colors than he is, so he's more like neutral, like you know, lay low type. So I was like, black and white should be like a decent whatever. And then I was like, I'm gonna throw in some silver in there, because like, you know, gray-ish. I didn't want to be like just so like just gray, but like add in some silver. So I started, and I like mapped out how I wanted it to be.
Got you.
And then I started, and I made a TikTok over it and everything.
Got you.
And yeah, I really like how it turned out and everything. In the video, it was a whole tribute video to him.
Yeah.
So yeah.
That's what's up. Now, you kind of brought it up a couple of times, but TikTok.
Yeah.
I seen that you on TikTok. Now you got some heat on there. Honestly, I'll probably link your at. Is that cool? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
cool.
that's fine.
Yeah. So you do a lot of cool stuff on TikTok. How would you say like you utilize TikTok? How do you see TikTok? Is it like a platform to like kind of just get off your creative endeavors and just show people what you're doing, or like how do you use it?
I think TikTok is one of the best things that happened to my art.
Gotcha. That's saying a lot.
Yeah.
Shout out to TikTok.
Because and it depends on how you use it.
Okay.
Because okay, so beginning of 2020, before Corona,
gotcha,
we were like, me and like a group of like DFW Muslim artists were planning an event for April.
Gotcha.
And it was supposed to be this big event, and literally from there till March, I was like inviting like the big like imams and like basically like the leaders of our community and everything. Like we wanted like the big people there, you know? And we advertised the heck out of it. And it was like, it wasn't like someone hosting the event. It was us. It was the artists that were like hosting the event, basically. Yeah. So we like, we all invested money, like time, all of that.
That's
like,
what's up.
Yeah, it was a lot. And like, I was focused on that mostly January, February, March. Okay. And then when March happened, and then that event ended up getting canceled, I literally was like, I have all of this art, nothing to do with it. Like, I don't know how I'm gonna like make my side money, because I don't currently have a job. Gotcha. Like, and I got my first job later on, but like I didn't at the time. So I was like, I don't know how I'm gonna, like, if I want something, I don't know how I'm gonna save up for it. So a lot of people were like I tend to snap a lot, like, and take videos of like while I'm doing my art. So if I'm pour painting, if I'm doing calligraphy, I will sit there and film. Like, yeah, it's a little hard because like you tend to like mess up a little bit. So I try to be careful with it, but like usually when I'm pour painting, it's so like, I know it's satisfying to watch. So I try to snap the most of it just for the people that I know that appreciate it.
I got you.
So a lot of people were seeing that, and they were like, why aren't you on TikTok? And I was like, like, isn't TikTok for like dancers and like whatever? Like, I don't know. So I joined TikTok. And then I think the first video that blew up was it was like me doing like a Palestinian design. It's called a kafia.
Got you.
So it's like it's black and white. I'm pretty sure like all the Palestinians know, like,
shout out.
Yes. So someone was asking me to do a red version. I was like, oh, you mean this? Because I had like an Arab.
You already had it
I had the
on deck. Oh yeah, this one
right here. Because what's it called? 2019, August 2019, I had an Arab festival that I went to. Gotcha. So literally that was when I painted kafia designs. That was when I did all things like Arab, like just to fit the memo, because like I knew who my audience was. So I was like, I'm gonna do this, and a lot of people liked it. I made like little keychains, like it was crazy. That was one of my biggest events, and because like I'm pretty sure they had thousands of people there. Got you. So but they were like in and out. Like,
just so I understand, y'all, the artists put this on. Like, the artists came together and like as a collective. And
this is what they were going to do. The Arab Festival, it was not only art, but it was also fashion. They had food vendors. Okay. But it was mostly like, I would describe it as a mini concert, because they had people speaking, like people singing, like it was like a whole deal.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
I like
there was a lot of stuff.
Sorry, continue.
You're fine. But yeah, this event canceled, so I was like, hopped on TikTok, that blew up, and then bracelets blew up. And bracelets I did for months, straight, to where like I think I like record all of my orders. So I went from like, I want to say like 600 orders end of 2019 to like 1,000.
Woo!
Yeah, by like November. But that was like really huge for me because I started 3 years ago. So I was like, in the span of like 2 years, I did 600-ish. And then in the span of months, like, well, several months, but like months, I like did like 400. And that was like a good portion of it. And they kept coming.
So I need you to look in the camera right now and tell the people how important consistency is, because I feel like there's a common theme of like, you just like creating a lot. And so like, just tell the people one time how important consistency is.
Consistency is very important.
Super important.
It's so important. If you want to get anything done, if you want to see progress, you need to be consistent.
Do it.
This is also to future me, because I have such a problem with consistency.
No, we ruined it.
No,
I'm kidding.
No, legit. Because like, I feel like if you're talking about consistency, in my head, that's like sticking to one thing.
Got you. Oh, interesting.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because like, I feel like if you're like hopping from one thing to another, to me, that's not consistent.
Interesting.
That you're consistent with creating, because like that, it can be seen that way. But like, to me, it's like sticking to one thing and watching it grow. I tend to not do that. Like, if I'm like painting a project, I will get sick of it if I like spend too much time on it, and I'm gonna be like, all right, new project, like I have to, because or else like literally it's like creative burnout.
Yeah.
Like,
no, I totally agree with you.
I cannot spend too much time on it unless I'm like actually vibing and I actually like, or like if I have a deadline.
Yeah,
if
pressure
I have a deadline,
will
I'm gonna
make
be working on
diamonds
something,
for
but
sure.
I'm not gonna like it. Like, I'm gonna be there and like, oh my God, this is so boring. Like,
can't believe this teacher's making me do this, bro.
Right?
Get this out of here.
Yeah.
Well, that's cool. No, I definitely like relate to you a lot when you said like creative burnout, because like I'll be making songs like when I like I'll sit down and write for like an hour, and then after that I'm like, well, next song. I didn't make the cutoff, so
new.
yeah.
It's like, it's the excitement of starting something fresh. It's like, even this, that was why that happened.
And like, I feel like, I don't know, it does something to my psyche where it's like, yo, okay, it's fresh, it's a new palette, like I can do whatever I want to this, whatever.
Oh,
like,
it's so exciting.
Got you. So would you say, do you have like a studio where you do all this stuff, or can you just kind of
Literally.
So you just indie with it?
Yes.
Mad. Tell me about that.
I don't think my parents like
just
that very
kidding.
much. no, it's fine. But like,
the carpets. Check the carpets.
Are not clean. There's like, oh my gosh, when I like remodeled my room, not remodeled, but just like shifted some stuff around. And I was like, yeah, no carpets. And they were like, really? You're going to remove the rugs that protect it?
Yeah.
And I was like, no, I'll be careful. I was not careful.
Gotcha.
I was not careful, but it's okay. It's fine. We're rocking with it.
Would you want to one day like have like a studio where you can like set up and like just go crazy with this stuff?
Dream.
That
is
the
my dream.
Okay.
If I ever, like in the future, if I ever move into a house, I need a studio. I need a place where like, it depends on if I'm gonna have time to work, but I would like hope that I do, because that's kind of like my escape from reality.
Definitely.
Like, I say it all the time. I'm like, if I need somewhere to just like feel at peace or whatever, my thing is painting at midnight. That's my thing. Like, it's such a peace when the world is asleep and like no one to bother, and like even text. If anyone were to like text me at that time or whatever,
you don't have to. You're not obliged to answer.
Yeah, I'm not, because I'm asleep. Like, I'm asleep. Don't whatever.
Catching Z's, bro.
Yeah.
that's what's up.
But yeah, that's my thing. Man, before my Beats like wore out, that used to be my thing. Now it's like AirPods, but like I used to put on my Beats and just zone out.
Are they the studios, like the big old
Not
ones?
Studios. I had solos that. But like studios, I need a pair.
Okay.
I need a pair. Just to
Apple, hook it up. You already know what's going on.
Be able to zone out. But yeah, it's such a vibe.
Got you. So, have you obviously TikTok has been an amazing tool and platform for you to just kind of get out your creative endeavors and like grow your audience a little bit. Has that afforded you any opportunities when it comes to like engaging or collaborating with like other artists, or have you even thought about that, or are you kind of like, nah, this is like my thing, I'm gonna do this like on my own? Like,
I think networking like with people around DFW works better in that sense.
Okay.
Because because I'm pretty sure that the only people that have heard of me to like be able to reach out to, like, hey, like, would you be down for this, like, opportunity such and such, whatever, they would know about me through word of mouth, or like if someone gave me a shout out or something like that. And that's usually on Instagram. On TikTok, there's so many people that this goes out to that usually those are just customers, not I'm trying to think if there's like other like creators that like reach out to me from TikTok. It's usually people that are like looking for advice or customers. That's all I get.
Got you.
Yeah.
That's what's up. So like obviously you've been doing a lot of stuff. So like you said, like I really like the bracelets, and I honestly thought it's really funny because you said you've been doing the bracelets for like 3 years, but like on social media, on Instagram, I was like, oh, she just does those for like her really close friends for their birthdays. Like, oh, okay, like I want one, but it's like whatever. So like you've been doing these and like selling them for a while.
Since junior, no, not even that, sophomore year of high school. Oh, yeah.
Who was the first customer? I'm gonna take a guess and say that the first customer was your brother. Is that true?
You're not wrong.
Okay.
You're not wrong.
Shout out. Man, I'm really jealous because I feel like he's like, I don't want to say like guinea pig, but like he gets like all the cool stuff first. He gets all the first drops. Like he gets everything.
Yeah,
like is he appreciative of like all that stuff? Like
I don't know. I hope so. I hope so. He does say thank you.
Send him a text. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah. He sent you.
Yeah. And I always tell him like, hey, yo, like you got a lot of friends. Like
yeah.
if they ever need anything, like yeah, come on, like
so. You get a lot of family support. Would that be accurate to say?
Yes.
Okay.
Not usually. Like, okay, here. This is how this works. With my parents. Yeah. Usually, if they know I have school. Yeah. So when they see me pull those all-nighters with the painting and everything. Yeah. They're not really for it because they're like, you need sleep. You have school in the morning, right?
That's true.
But then I'm also like.
But my sanity.
I know. Like I need like my whole piece. You know?
Definitely.
So there's that, and then also like they'll be like, oh, you can't make bracelets all the time. Like you can't paint all the time. But then like when they see, like they'll come out to every single art show. They'll be there. Like
so they show out. They don't just do the talkie. They show out and support you. That's what's up.
I remember like almost every single art vendor or whatever, my dad always supported me. So like they always support me, but it's like it won't be to my face. I feel like not always, because
where is this going?
No, because they want to they want me to like focus on school.
Gotcha.
Education is very big. Like
most parents are gonna and shout out to the parents. Like, we know y'all just want the best for us. So y'all just doing your jobs.
Just don't don't think
take it easy a little bit.
Let's just not drop out,
I got you. Yeah, definitely.
But like focus on school, have that balance, whatever, like make it work.
Got you. So I mean, like when we talk about like just support in general, I'm gonna pause right here. Bro, you're just eclectic in so many talents and so many things. Do you have like main inspirations? Like, is there one person that was responsible for all of this, or are there different individuals?
There's different individuals. I'm trying to think. I know I have a family friend. Her name is Huda.
Nice. Shout out to Huda.
Yes. Love you, by the way. She has her own business up and running and like a career on the side, and she's just absolutely amazing. Like I know I've gone to her multiple times for advice, but there's that. And then I know I have an artist out in Austin. Her name is Amina the artist. Love her. I actually met her recently. So me and my brother took a road trip out to Austin, and I got to see her in person and like meet her. And like we had crepes, and it was
crepes.
Yes.
I love it.
It was such an amazing feeling. But yeah, like I absolutely like, and it was like, I don't want to say weird because it wasn't weird. It was like a good feeling.
Gotcha. And
weird usually has like, to me, it's like a negative. It's not.
I feel you.
But like, I got to talk to another artist about like not just artist problems, but just like stuff that we both could definitely relate.
Got you.
Like there were so many things that like we were on the same wavelength. It was so like, I don't know. I had experienced it before, obviously, but like, it's just like talking about it in person. It's like, wow, like we're really living the same lives. I don't know.
Like we're clicking.
Yeah.
Like the synergy.
Like the same type of customers like we get, like all of that is wow. But yeah. Yeah. And those are the two people I know. Just it's not just artists that like I look up to. It's also people that like I know have drive like that. Yeah. To not just create, like I know like Wanya is one of my inspirations.
Shout out to Wanya. Shout out to Wanya.
But yeah, just anyone that has like a drive to just push through and like be able to balance that and like work life and all of that. Like,
I feel you. So as a creative, like when we think about the other creatives that are watching this, like how important is it to surround yourself with like-minded people? And I say that to say like I try to find people that think nothing like me, and so it's like really cool when you say like I really like the drive, because like that's not really like it is like a mindset, but it's more of like who you are as a person. So like, do you like what I don't want to say attracts you to a person, but like what is like makes it really obvious, like, oh, I can click with this person, or oh, I can learn something from this person, or oh, this person is positive for my life. Like, how do you go about navigating that as a creative person? Because you did mention like, oh, Wanya, shout out Wanya. You mentioned Huda, shout out Huda. Like when I think about those people, they're very like, they're different in their own ways. Special guests. So yeah, I forgot what I was talking about. Yeah, so are there any special characteristics that you look in a person to be like, oh yeah, like I really like you, like that's really dope, like we can vibe?
I'm trying to think of how to like answer this, because like I want to say if they're humble, but like that's like a big thing. Like I feel like if people are like, if I met someone that was like, oh yeah, like I'm like the best out there, yeah, I know I couldn't vibe with you. Like it's just like, I don't know. And then you asked me what characteristics I look for, and I pointed out what I don't look for, but like I don't know. But yeah, there's that. There's also like if they're able to be inspired easily, if they're able to be in inspiration, because I know there's so many friends that I am literally like, I can't think of like what to do or whatever. They're like, they give me a certain perspective, and they're like, why don't you do this? And I'll literally be like, why don't I? Like, wow, like I never thought about it that way. But just people that can inspire me. Yeah. And there's like just people with different views, if they see the world a different way, if they see art a different way, if they think a different way than I do. Got you. Like I like that.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
No, definitely. I would say, like, just to comment on that, I think that is always important to have like a diversity of thought. And like I'm sure everyone has heard like, oh, like-minded XYZ, like fill in the blank. Oh, like-minded creatives, like-minded artists. Like that's great and all, like to have like your community, but like other than that, like you need to branch out. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So like that's a great point. So I just wanted to highlight that. So kind of moving on. I asked this literally to everybody, and you're about to get it too. Okay. So like when we think about like our impact and our legacy as creators and as artists, like it seems like you're really creating a wave and creating like, I don't know, it's like this vibe. Like when I see your stuff and I see under the comments, and it's just mad positive like stuff, mad comments on Instagram and TikTok. Like, what do you want your legacy to be, or where are you striving for to be in like as a creative in the creative space? I hope I articulated that well.
That makes sense.
Okay. Cool.
I will say that I've always wanted my art to say something.
Got you.
And I don't, like, me personally, I don't think it does that. Like, I don't think, well, because in my head, like, all I do is calligraphy. And like when it comes to painting, like, it's just like background calligraphy. Okay. And like, it's usually for like,
but it's a vibe though.
It is a vibe, but like, I want my stuff to say something. Gotcha. You know what I mean? Like usually if it's like, oh yeah, I'm an artist, like if you look at their art, it usually says something. It usually tells a story. And as far as my art, it's usually just reminders. Like, I know there's certain like ayahs, so it's basically verses in the Quran.
Got you.
That I love like writing out and beautifying it and everything for people to be able to put in their rooms or something. Whenever they're going through something, they will look at that as a reminder to get them through whatever.
Got you.
And that's like,
that's powerful.
That's my thing. Well, it is, but like it's also like I want it to be both. I want to be able to do both, but like that's as long as it's doing something, I'm good. Like that's I
feel you. That's what's up, and I really like that answer. So maybe for the creatives in the audience that maybe isn't really like doesn't know all about maybe your faith or like isn't very in tune, how does your faith like show up in your art? I mean, obviously you said you talked about calligraphy and stuff, but how I'm gonna just stop there. How does your faith show up in like your creative endeavors?
Okay, so I think I said this already, but like I try to follow like Islamic rules while I'm doing my art, right?
Gotcha.
So when it came to like back to the shoes, there was not only that, I also did a pair of Kobe tributes.
Gotcha.
And almost all of the for both tribute shoes, I saw like from other artists or whatever, they drew like they either drew Kobe or Black Panther, and they like went off of that. We are not allowed to. Gotcha. Like we're not allowed to draw faces. So like if you see that piece right there, that was from the George Floyd protest. I believe that was in New York.
Okay.
That photo was
taken. So that's
taken.
a photo and you.
Yes. Yeah.
Gotcha.
So I tagged the photographer in the picture, in the thing that I posted on my art page.
Yeah.
He ended up commenting, I believe, and even
that's
someone. Yeah, even someone in the photo ended up commenting. It was so cool.
That's dope.
Yeah. But yeah, I did not draw eyes or faces because we are not allowed to.
Gotcha.
And even like with the Chadwicks, Chadwicks, like I'm naming the cheeky ones. But even with those shoes, like you're talking about like positivity. On that post, it wasn't all positive. It was mostly people like not criticizing, but they were just like constructive. They were like, oh, maybe if you added a little purple, if you added this, and I had written like a whole paragraph, and I was like, this is why I did this. Like,
here's my explanation.
I wanted to keep it monotone.
Yeah.
And then like also like we're not allowed to draw faces, so that's why I didn't draw Black Panther.
Got you. I feel you.
Yeah. So I
do you
try
feel
to
like
follow,
you have to like? Sorry.
Do
you feel like you have to like explain yourself, or like actually, you know what? Don't even answer that question.
It depends on the audience.
You do? Okay. I feel like that gives you an added layer of like challenge, I want to say, or opportunity for like being extra creative. Like you said, you can't draw faces, so how like what else are you doing instead of that? Are you focusing more on the colors? You said you really like colors. Like I feel like that adds new elements and things, and so I feel like that if anything, it just makes you like a better artist, better creative, because you have to like work around, or not work around, but you have to work with what you're given, and I really appreciate that. And I feel like not a lot of people might not, but they might just not realize like that's just how it is. And I didn't realize that you couldn't like do the faces. I didn't know that. So I think that's really cool. Okay. I'm gonna ask you 3 random questions.
Okay.
And first thing that comes to your head, just let me know.
I think a little slow, so you're gonna.
No worries. No worries. Okay, so if you could be any animal right now, what animal would you be?
Oh gosh. Yeah, I have to think about this one. I can't. Yeah, I have to think about this, cause like. Yeah, no, I have to think about this.
Got you.
I really do. I'd probably say cat.
Okay.
But like.
We can always come back, but cat. I like cat. Cats are dope.
Cats don't do a lot though.
Yeah, but they're chilling. I feel like they're like.
Chill.
Okay.
They chill around, like literally. That's it.
They're always with the mood. They're always vibing. So I really like cats.
And they're characters. Like that's what it is. Like every cat has its own personality.
Exactly. And if you're not a cat person, bro, like.
Yeah, like just.
Who are you?
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. Okay, if you could be anywhere in the world right now, where would you be?
Turkey.
Awesome.
Yes. I've said this so many times. So many people know this about me. I like fashion. I like art. Turkey is like one of the best places to go to for Islamic art, Islamic calligraphy.
I didn't
like
know that.
That's like there's like a word for it. I completely can't think right now. But like it's known for Islamic art. It's known for Islamic calligraphy.
Got you.
And then also like modest fashion.
Okay.
So this stuff,
Yeah.
very easy to find there.
Got you.
So that's just like, and then the views and all. Oh my gosh, I would kill to go to Turkey.
For sure. I've never been to Turkey. I'll have to put that on my bucket list for sure.
Yes.
Last question. If you could start any new creative endeavor, any creative project that you have not yet done, what would it be?
Not yet done.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh. Man, you could have, like, at least a month before. I would have started this and I would have been like, crashing.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. Because I usually, like, follow what people tell me to do. Because, not tell me, but ask me again. Like,
Got you.
I have to think about this. Because, like, I've done painting. I've done art. I've done bracelets. Not even that. Yeah, no. I don't know. I'm trying to think. I don't know, because I've like experienced with like almost everything that I wanted to.
Got you. I know something that's really big right now, and this can be yes or no, but like I know something that's really big right now is like makeup artists. Would you ever like get into like makeup and like doing all the creative stuff like crazy? Like I know this girl Kiana Mitchell, shout out to you. She does like the crazy stuff with the makeup.
I really look up to people that do that.
I think it's crazy, like in a really good way. Like it takes a lot of patience.
It takes patience, and like, okay, I feel like there's a difference between doing it something that's like right in front of you, and then doing something on your face. It's, oh my gosh, like I can barely do my eyeliner, bro. What? It's so hard. Like my hands will literally shake. But I don't think I will be getting into makeup soon. I just recently got into makeup, so like it's like a just like daily wear type thing. But also like again Islamically, like it's not like something that I think I'd like, get more into.
No worries.
Yeah.
I'm learning something every day.
Yeah.
Learning something every day. Well, that's what's up. So I feel like we've been talking for a good grip, and is there like what is something that you would just like you really just want the people to know, like random people, your friends, family, like anybody that might stumble across this video, what's something that you just really want them to know about you as a person or as a creative?
I don't know. I mean, like you'd have to specify that, because like
Got you.
people that know me, it's just
people that know me already know me.
Yeah, I'm kind of like an open book.
Got you. So for example, one thing I want, and this is coming from the heart, you guys. I'm kidding. Something that I want people to know is like I really try to like, and I'm influenced by like Japanese culture a lot, which is something that people like might not know. And I have Japanese family members, and like that's something that I really like, just their values and like and just like their art style is just really cool. And so like that pushes me to try to create new things and like go out of my boundaries. So like that's something that I want y'all to know about me. So like that's an example.
Okay. I as of recently, I've wanted to just be able to inspire people. It doesn't really hit me like how much I do already. And I'm not trying to say that to like hype me up or whatever. It's just like these people tell me, like they're like, oh, like you're such an inspiration.
They just realize that.
But like I sit there and I'm like, me, come on now, like all I do is like what colors on a canvas. Like it's not like, but I guess like if they look at it, like the whole 1,000 thing, it was like it came over time. I didn't do it overnight. So it's something that like I had to like work towards, but I wasn't really, because like really like every bracelet is like pocket money for me. It's not really like something that's like, oh, I'm having so much fun with this. Like, because I don't know.
Because they're all the same, aren't they? Like the process is the same. You make the bracelet the same way.
It's so long. And then like the prices and not everybody is happy.
You're not
with
built
it.
for this, son.
No, like not everybody is happy with it, because like they're like, oh my god, they're so expensive, and I'm like, yeah, I take hours per bracelet, and like I'm not necessarily a free person.
Bro, talk about your worth, queen. Say it. Say it how it is. Pay me my money.
Yes.
Where's my money? Where's my coin? I need my tokens before you get that bracelet.
I know. I mean, like, I oh my God, this is so bad. Because I look back at like what I used to do, and I'm like, why, bro, why? I used to sell them for $5. And it used to take me, like, now it takes me 3 to 4 hours.
Okay.
It used to take me longer because I was starting out and I didn't, like, really have a consistent whatever.
Wow.
So it used to take me longer than that, and I used
you.
to sell them for $5. And then it changed to $7.
When
10,
so when did
12.
you start wising up? Like, yo, y'all got to start paying me what I'm worth.
When I got more orders, the more
Gotcha.
orders I got, the more I was like, okay, I can't do all of this. And like, it was easy when it was like 1 or 2 orders, nobody really knew about it, and then like the more people knew about it, like,
funny how that
so
happens.
Crazy. Oh my God, this is always, it's so wild. Like, I literally say it all the time. I'll literally meet people I haven't met through my bracelets.
That's what's
like
up.
I'll legit, like, there was this lecture that I was at, and I saw a girl with my bracelet on. I went to say hi, and I was like, okay, I saw her name, and I was like, okay, I'm like trying to, and it was strictly the bracelet. I was like, when did I make this bracelet?
Yeah.
And so I was like trying to think back because I didn't have like my order book for reference. So, and then like she was like, oh, this person gave it to me. So, and then like a friendship formed. Like, we literally
That's
like go places together and everything. So like we became friends.
Cool.
And that happened like twice already. So like from customer to whatever. And then there's people that like I just don't know at all, and it's so wild that I'll like meet them. Like and then there's people that like customers of mine, they'll come up to me and they're like, yeah, I saw your, like, I'm a cashier, and I saw one of your customers is not one of my customers. Like, they were like they were checking out at my thing. I have a friend that like works somewhere else, and we're like, yeah, we saw one of your customers with one of your bracelets, whatever. So literally, and this is like around DFW, like
that's
random
crazy.
people would be
you kind
like,
of a celebrity
yeah, I saw
over
your
here.
bracelet.
You kind of famous.
But like, I'll have to ask. I'll be like, okay, was it a Kenyan flag, or was it like another flag? Like, if it was, because I do like culture flags or whatever, or like I do different designs. And I'll be like, if it was a Kenyan flag, that's debatable, because like you can get them from Kenya too.
Gotcha.
But like, if I saw my bracelet, I'd be able to point it out. Like, it's like a.
How does that feel? That's gotta be wild. Like, I remember, bro. I remember asking, like, shout out Von Houston, bro. But like, I remember talking to Freddie. He's like, man, it's whatever. You know, it's like, it's whatever when I get compliments. It's like whatever. But like, honestly, like, these are random people that you just happen to run into, like, and you're not like at a party with a group of friends or whatever. Like,
sometimes I will be, and they'll be. Like, it's so weird.
Just tell me how that feels. Like, what does that feel like to you?
Like, oh my God, it warms my heart, because I'm like, there's no way. Like, I don't even know. Like, because it's like such a. I don't know how to explain it. Like, I'm really bad with weird words, but like, I just messed that up right there. But like, most of the time I'm like watching a movie, or I'm doing something else where like I mostly don't like think about, because I'm not gonna sit there and be like, I wonder where this bracelet is going. Like, so I'm usually doing something else, so my mind is not in it. And I usually won't remember when I made that bracelet until like I go back to my order book or whatever, because like that's like a good reference. And I don't write dates or anything. I just like, it's kind of self-explanatory.
It's an order book,
yeah. So it's I don't know. I don't really think about like, oh, where this is going. Yeah. But then after the fact, I'll be like, wow, there's really 1,000 people like now over that like.
That's crazy.
Like, and I had started like shipping internationally recently. So there's legit people in Australia, people in like the UK, people in Canada. And people all over the US. It's so weird. That's to wild. Me. I don't know. Like, go to UK and like see someone else. It's so weird.
That'd be funny.
No, really no.
I don't know. I feel like, cause like then it gives you like, yo, it's not just like in Dallas. It's like a whole worldwide community, and like I said, you're starting the movement, bro. So like, I don't know. Like we might have to get the president or the vice president in some of these. We don't know. We might just have to see. Shout out Kamala, yo. So that's really dope. So do you have any, like, before we wrap it up, do you have any tips, tricks, or like just wise words for the other creatives that are really either just starting or just looking to start something new?
I have multiple.
Gotcha.
There's because multiple pieces of advice got me to where I am. So one would be it started off with calligraphy, so be patient. Be patient with like what you do, because I know that like I tend to not be so much, but the more patient I got, the more I just like immerse myself in what I was doing.
Got you.
The easier it got to just like have fun with it.
Nice.
The next would be, again, consistency. I have such a problem with consistency. You gotta keep working at it. If I gave up like halfway because I was like, oh, like it's not working out, whatever, I wouldn't be where I am. Which I'm still like, I'm not really anywhere in my.
But you're still grinding though. That's the thing. You're still grinding to where you want to be.
Yeah. So that's another, and then the last would be, I had it in my head and now I can't think of it.
We'll come back to it.
Be patient with it. Consistency. You know what? I don't know.
Top two, yeah.
Top two.
I'm gonna throw one. And I'm gonna say.
Oh, okay.
Boom.
Okay.
There it is.
Just get started. Just start.
Yeah.
Literally, if I hadn't, I don't think this would have happened if I didn't just. Because I promise you, I was on my way home and I was like, you know what? I have money in my bank account. Let's spend every last cent.
Let's do it.
Let's do
That's
it. Why
financially
not?
sound. Yeah.
So I literally went in there, paid whatever I needed to, bought the thread, bought everything, and I had my sewing machine on deck. Literally, I said this in the TikTok that I made while I was making this, and I was like, I just had my sewing machine sitting in the corner of my room, and it was crazy how many comments I got that was like, oh my god, I've had this dream too, like, oh my god, I've wanted to do this too, yo, like, sewing machine in the corner of my room, like, why are you calling me out? Like, I was like, wow, so it's not just me.
Yeah.
Like, I under almost every single one of those, I like commented back like, please just go for it, like, go for it. If I hadn't gone for it that day, I don't think I would have. Like, it was just like a adrenaline rush that I was like, you know what, I'm gonna start, and I did, and I think I started that night, and then that Tuesday, like the next day, I had like worked on it a little, obviously, like I had school, whatever, so I was like trying to finish my exams, also like turn those in,
gotta make sure I don't fail.
Like, because that's a thing. But yeah, just start, just go for it. Like, as my friend said to me, what is stopping you? Like, what is stopping you? Because like I always make excuses. Stopping you? Like,
that's
if it's money, why are you not saving?
Yeah.
If it's time, why are you not blocking time out? The same time that you would block out for friends, for hangouts, whatever, why are you not blocking time out for yourself?
That's real.
Yeah.
And you gotta take care of, I always say this, but you gotta take care of number one, and number one is you first. So definitely. Ladies and gentlemen, and ladies, gentlemen, non-binaries, others, it's been a great time. Had Nasrah come through. She came through, she killed it, had a great conversation. One last time, where can the people find you on the interwebs, social? Give it up.
Instagram at Salem Creations, TikTok Kenyan14.
Got you.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
You already know what to do. Click somewhere, check her out, let her know that Foam sent you and that you just really mess with all this stuff, and even consider copping a bracelet or something, put your order in. It's all love, bro. We're just out here showing love. So that's all I got. So mic drop.
Thank you.